Hello and welcome to the Fut-Afrique channel. My name is Brian Mufukeng. It is indeed another great day to talk football. What a week it was. Bafana in action, home and away against Congo in the AFCON qualifiers. Fireworks on Friday at the Kabeja Stadium where everybody came out in great numbers. Then on Tuesday, drama. I'm joined here by strong team here. Cesar Mabena next to me, Jerry Skosana and Shane McGregor on the other side. You got to say it was a great spectacle on Friday night in Kabeja.
Having been there, I can tell you, firstly, you could feel it with the national anthem, which there was something special that was coming on. The way the people, the community in Kabeja sang the national anthem at the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium, you knew something special was about to happen. Once the players started, living up to expectation, there was no doubt that a few fans would lose their minds. And my word, they lose their minds in the celebrations. Yeah.
Somebody said that somebody saw you. They wanted to run towards you, but it was a different place. Gerere?
Well, a good atmosphere indeed. But I think I can give credit to the Kabeja people for descending there. So for me, it was something nice. I think that's something that maybe motivated our boys to do better because there was something that was pushing them. So I think their showing was one of the best that I've ever seen so far.
Winning teams, eh? It shows you what winning teams do. You win one or two games, the crowd will pull in, and it makes a huge difference and may continue, that's for sure. But the difference between the two games is Fridays was played on grass.
And the one on Tuesday was an
Exactly.
That was crazy. I mean, before we get to that game, let's talk about this. I mean, when the squad was announced, and everybody saw Tebo Mokwena's name, then saw Khuliso Mudao's name and said, but they're not playing at Sundowns. Why do you call them up into the national team? Don't you call people up on merit? And the coach was clear to say, he's been very critical of Sundowns, the way they've actually gone about it, and say, when you don't play these players, it affects the national team. But how was it for them to come and perform the way they did?
I said this to Shane this morning when I first saw him, that there are certain players in South African football, I don't know how you guys feel about it, that are irreplaceable.
Yeah.
Zwane, Mugwena, Rudiba, Mudau, and Ronwen Williams. That's the core of the squad. Those guys if we miss any one of those guys, you'll feel the effects. We saw it with Ronwen when he wasn't available for the first two qualifiers. We felt it with Zwane when he went out injured now in Congo on Tuesday. And the same goes for Mugwena, Mudau, and Mudiba. If you miss any of those players, you'll feel it. I don't know how you guys feel about it.
Well, we always talk about a spine, and that's the spine of your team. If you look at it, those are the players that are your spine. You build the team around that. And 9 times out of 10 coaches, any coach with his salt in football will do that, build himself around that. So that's very important. Doesn't matter if you haven't been playing, they experience, they know exactly what they're doing. I just do know that a former colleague of mine at Kaiser Chiefs has got egg on his face after these few games because he made a comment that they should never allow those players to be playing because they haven't been playing and their level of fitness and egg on his face because they proved him wrong completely. And for me, it doesn't matter if you're not playing. It's the quality you bring to the team. Can you bring the quality? Can you still do it week in and week out, even though you haven't been playing? Professionalism, they showed it there.
Gerere?
I think for me, I can take it in a different angle, honestly speaking, because if you look at our Bafana team, to me, you're looking at the Bafana style. That's a Sundowns team. I mean, the core of the team, which is our spine, you look at Ronwen Williams, then Khuliso Mudaou on the right, Grant Kekana, center, it's only Dudley, and then left it's Mudiba. And then in the center of the two midfielders, Obas and Mokwena, Sundowns. Timbers one in front of them. So that's the spine of the team. And who are those players coming from? Bafana style. So let's give credit where it's due. I mean, Sundowns are more like South Africans. That's why we're having problems when there are problems. In fact, worries when there are problems. Like in the Sundowns camp, it touches us a lot because that's why it disturbs us as a country. I mean, they are a big team. I mean, Hugo Bros has proven it. So for me to have two players that had a problem at club level coming to the national team, giving it their best, because even Khuliso Mudaou, for me, I would also give him man of the match. Look at what Ronwen Williams did again. Consistency.
Yeah.
I think for him, we need to vote for Ronwen Williams for the award that he needs to go to.
Yeah, for the Ballon d'Or, yeah.
You see, the difference here is, Brian, when you look at Sundowns players, and no disrespect to any other team, but I'll compare them to Pirates, for instance. When I was doing a Pirates game recently, Champions League, Maswangani, 3-4 Champions League games throughout his whole career. Some of their best players, 3-4, 3-7, even Otto's got about 5, a handful of Champions League games throughout his whole career. Now you switch it over to Sundowns, even Bokekane, during the SuperSport United days, these guys were playing CAF competitions. We're talking 10 years, 12 years strong of playing the best cup competition on the continent, going all over the continent and getting wins and going to the knockout stages. For that long a period, it separates you in class. So that's where the class is. It's just the experience they've got. Mosangani is a promising player. Uzwan is the finished product because of the vast experience he's got on the continent.
But I mean, when you talk about this, when you talk about the fact that those players that are called up from Sundowns were not regular players, you know, your Kuliso Mudau came in, just spiriting that game against Kaizer Chiefs, and then Mokoena hasn't played since those losses that they suffered. There's also Elias Mokwana, who hasn't settled at the moment in his club.
Elias Mokwana as well.
In his club there in Esperance. He hasn't really been able to get
only substitute appearances.
And he has become a regular in Bafana level. Osuna Paulus had a blind of the game on Friday as well. You talk about some of the players. I mean, 3 assists. And then you talk about a live Foster. You know, you realize the difference between him and Ikram Reyners when the second game happened. When he got injured, was unavailable to play on the Tuesday game. You realize the difference between the two players. Let's talk about that. I mean, you always had Stolle playing alongside Mokoena. Obas, what do you make of Obas' appearance and the performance on a day, deputizing in a position where usually Stolle plays?
It started on a Friday. Started on a Friday. Because, I mean, for him to score a goal, that was just a credit for me. I mean, you look at the pressure that he's going through. You look at the Sundowns team, sometimes he's on the bench. You know, he's not like a regular at Sundowns. Now he comes and gets the opportunity in the national team, and then he proves us that he's quality. So we need to give credit to those kind of players. As you're mentioning again, Elias Mokwana, I mean, he's not like a regular also. So I mean, that's how we do things. But now, for me, if maybe I had to go to the next game, I wouldn't take to say, because the pitch was different from the one we used in South Africa. It was like what do they call artificial pitch. But for me, if you take that artificial pitch, which we've got some of the fields here in South Africa that are not in the PSL usage. But these guys, they know that. But if we have taken that pitch on Tuesday, in fact, the whole game on Tuesday, put it in Gqeberha, and then we have our own supporters. Do you think the result will be the same?
No.
I don't think so. I don't think so. You know, it was going to be different because.
But also, I mean, to come in there, Jerry, when you talk about the result being different, the coach was brave, the Congo coach, with the changes he made in the second match.
6 changes.
You know, I mean, those changes proved to be what was. I mean, Gamvula for me has always been a key player because he's a second captain in the absence of the regular captain, and you saw him starting. He caused a bit of problems upfield for South Africa because he was always staying there. And that's what created a chance for your Mbungus of this world to get in. Makuta looked solid in the middle of a park. And also, I mean, for real, coming in the game was a big change.
Look, in the Friday game, they made, I think, 4 or 5 changes. 6 changes in the Tuesday game. So that's the sign of a losing team. But you remember after the substitutes were made in Friday in Gqeberha, the last, 15-20 minutes? They created 3-4 very good chances. Where Ronwen Williams had to make 3-4 very good saves. I'm talking quality saves. So the way they ended the game in Gqeberha let you know that once they're at home against a South Africa where they've got their own support now, because there was no doubt their stadium was going to be full, and then at the artificial pitch, we're going to struggle somewhat. It won't be the same. And we did struggle somewhat. So the way they ended it is the way they started it this time around on Tuesday, and it made the difference.
Yeah, but that's a good coach. You see, that's the difference. I mean, the coach knew, so he tried that. It worked for him in the last 20 minutes. Let's start and let's change it, you know.
Yeah.
And you play to your strengths. I mean, those players know that pitch. Yeah, we've played on it on occasion, a couple of the players, but not all of them are used to it. And it takes a lot of getting used to it. And I know people always say you should be professional. It's different. It's completely different playing on artificial than there is on grass. Completely. And I don't care what anyone says, it's completely different.
I did
The
a
dance
tournament.
is different.
Yeah.
Everything is different.
I did a tournament at the Nike Center some years ago. Youth tournament. And it's so different that the South African players were between plays, whenever the ball goes out for a throw-in, running to the touchline to go get water. It was on a hot day in summer, to pour water onto their boots because it's so hot. Now consider Congo is even hotter, the weather. And if it's so hot here in Soweto in summer that you have to pour water on your boots to cool down, imagine now playing there.
But have you ever been inside there to play, Shane? I don't know if you've played in the artificial.
No, I played on it.
You've played there.
Not in Congo. Not there.
I mean, here in South Africa, bro.
Yeah,
Here in South
I've played on
Africa.
artificial pitches, yeah, it's
but the
different.
only problem is like being uncomfortable. You know, that's my only
That's what I mean.
problem, because the rubber that is there, you know, those pieces of tire that they put there, when you run and then one gets inside your soccer boot, I promise you are in trouble. You are in trouble because the kind of shoes that you need to use needs to be different, because they need to be like the women's shoes, you know, just to cover your ankles all the way up. And
I've seen a new soccer boot.
There is a
I've got a
difference, because if you use about what?
Surely you played with stuff in your boots for days gone by.
Man,
Some hot
Shane,
stuff in there.
Nah, come on. Surely you played with stuff in
you
your
see
boots
this
days
one
gone
playing
by.
for Pirates, Chiefs.
You must have played with stuff in your boots, Jerry. Come
But
on.
I know that one because I'm told
so you came
it's
prepared
gonna
with
sit
it.
on,
Yeah,
on
exactly.
somewhere. Are you feeling comfortable before I get inside the field?
Yeah.
Then I'll tell the multi-man, no, can we move it to the left maybe? Then okay, I'm
it
fine.
feels better on the
but
left.
the one that just comes
On the
in
right, it does
without
not
any planning, bro.
So you know,
And then it
it
sits.
throws you off, ne?
So you know you can't go on the right hand side, you must go to the left.
Left side, yeah. Also, just
That's
training.
where my goals came from.
Yeah, from the sides.
Yeah, from the sides, not straight.
Just training. Sierra Leone, I did a game, I think 08, Sierra Leone against South Africa.
Yeah.
Just training, the training grounds. I remember Mcbetsibaya tried 3 different boots on the artificial grass before match day, tomorrow, try and figure out which boots
which
best.
is best.
Yeah, so while we're sitting there watching them, this guy's just changing boots and trying to figure out which, and he wasn't the only one, but he's the one whose name comes to mind, Mcbetsibaya back then. So the artificial grass is an issue.
Makes a big difference.
Yeah.
But I can also take it to say, let's look at the injury of Tembazon.
Yeah.
Let's
that
take
for me,
it also there in that pitch.
That was vital.
I mean, you talk about that injury, Timbers one. In comes Patrick Maswanganyi into the team on the day. The pitch is not going to be suitable for him. Once he walks in, you realize.
Who else would come in?
But I'm just saying, okay, you have to bring him in.
Yeah.
But eventually, you know, we will look at him and judge him on that performance. That's what is going to happen. So because when it's come and say, okay, he was given a chance. What did he do? And whereby, when you look at that, it was not a conducive field to play in, first of all. You know, but having said that at the same time, Congo therefore opened up the group.
Yeah.
Yes.
With the goal that they scored, I mean, there was a first goal they scored. That was a screamer. That was a goal. I mean, I don't really. I mean, VAR was there. They would have gotten the goal because it was a brilliant goal. And the second, the one that eventually was the equalizer, brilliantly taken. There was also a story about Mukwana using his hand to control the ball going forward, and the issue on VAR. I just think that you got away with some, and I mean, sometimes people will tell you that sometimes go to benefit.
Firstly, big up to Hugo Bruce for persisting with his starting 11.
Yeah.
And he doesn't go with the hype. This week, at Pirates, whomever's hot, doesn't necessarily mean he's going to change his starting lineup come next month with the international break. Everybody comes in and they have to wait their time on the sidelines. I say that to say big up for him for keeping Mokwana in the starting lineup. He's gotten better. He looked better on Friday in PE, came close to scoring. And it's come good now.
Eventually scored on Tuesday.
You know, and Apollos also is improving with every game. If he's not scoring, he's involved in goal-scoring actions. So they may not be the crowd favorites, those two per se, with the likes of Leboele Mufugeng waiting there. But these guys are improving with every game and affecting games. So big up to him for that, I have to say.
But have a touch on Ikram Reyners. I think there was a different approach in our attack. If you look at Friday and Tuesday, because losing Lyle Foster was like a big impact on
huge
us.
blow.
It was like a huge blow. So for me, I think that was only something which didn't go right for us, because there was a time where he was like, I think it was like 3v3, and then he was supposed to play the ball wide, and then he took a shot.
Now remember his teammate running towards him after that.
I think it was a police.
Yeah.
Police was like even like telling him, you should have played the ball, not even to me, but to somebody on that side, which was Mokwana. But yeah, we cannot give like a blame on him. But I think for me, that's where it didn't come right.
The thing with them is two different complete players.
Very.
They play completely
Very,
different.
very.
You know, Lyle, what Lyle does is he brings other players in.
Yeah.
He's very good at doing that. He's very unselfish. He's not a typical striker as such, where
And he pulls away.
sees the goals, and he wants to have a shot. You know, certain guys were like that didn't worry about who was around them.
We're going to wrap it up. Let's talk about this. Now the group is sitting 10 points for Uganda. South Africa plays Uganda next. And Congo will play against South Sudan, because they're now back in it. So
Congo will challenge South Sudan.
Congo will challenge. So South Africa needs to win against Uganda, or else they'll have got to wait for their turn to play South Sudan.
We have to assume Congo will challenge South Sudan.
Just got to go out and win.
Yeah.
Simple. I mean, it's a simple thing. Just go out and win. You know, hopefully all your players are back from injury. Hopefully Lyle's back. You got everyone else back. Simple. Go out and win. You can't be thinking, saying, well, we've got this game coming. We can't be waiting for that.
Yeah.
Get out there, get the result. And you know what? They don't have to change much. That's the benefit show. They don't have to do anything differently. Just go out and get the result.
Right. Jamie has spoken that results what you need against Congo, win a game and forget the rest. That's all I've got to do. Until we meet again, gents, thank you very much for joining me once again today for that conversation. I know we're going to go biddy. Until we meet again.
Click.
Hey.